DDG and his baby mama. Who do you think is winning right now as far as the breakup wars? You know, he popped out with India.
I don't like how she doing it, man. Like trying to like take his custody and visitation rights and all this shit. Well, really, I don't know the situation, but I heard that nigga was a good guy. He was a good father.
Right.
Nigga, you know, he be in his kid's life. And so when I be seeing the news of what she doing, like I said, I don't know their problem, but I just know like what she doing from what I be reading, like the visitation rights shit. That's just wrong. Yeah, that just wrong.
Would a nigga be warranted to just give up after that? Like, you got it. Like,
see, in his situation, he kind of like attached to the kid. When in most situations, you just gotta be like, fuck y'all, like nigga, fuck you and the kid, and wait till the kid grow up and when he's in the 20s or she in her 30s or 20s, and then when she come around, that's when you can tell her the real story. Like, hey, I want to be there. You know, I tried like 2 or 3 times, and your mama, that's how it gotta be. Like all that fighting for your kid, that shit over. Like, nah, bitch, you ain't finna like try to use this kid against me and try to hold me and hinder me from reaching my full potential because you mad because I'm moving on. Like, nigga, fuck y'all. Like,
DDG.
It's the F y'all part that's crazy, right? I mean, if you can decipher or get past the F y'all, I can understand him saying F her, but the F y'all is crazy. But why in the world? And you know, because this is a black woman and a black man, why in the world do black men, black fathers, black baby dad, whatever y'all want to call them, why do they have to fight to see their children? Why do they have to fight for their children? It doesn't make any sense in any other freaking community. Why in the world is it so popular in our community? Like, these are 2 celebrities, 2 stars, man. So you know this thing is going to be magnified times 1,000, right? But I don't understand why the freak we continue to keep seeing stuff like this. And honestly, I'm going to keep it a band with y'all. I thought that DDG I thought he was the villain in the story. Listen, I know a lot of people are not going to be honest or whatever. I will be. I honestly thought that he was the villain in the story because the picture that was painted for the longest was DDG was a quote-unquote bad guy, or he wanted to be, right? Or that's the perception that's been put out there about him. Definitely not a bad guy. And Bailey has been the princess, right? The mermaid or whatever, man. She, you know, when you look at her, she seems like she's soft, she's feminine, she's not with all this rah-rah until those clips started to come out.
I get very passionate. I seem nice online and innocent and everything, but you guys do not know. I will go to battle with my yelling, with my words, everything. I'm good at that, right? And if I gotta yell or check anyone, that's what I gotta do. That's just.
And as we can see, she's been putting it out there on Front Street, how she's been. And like I always tell guys, man, you have to pay attention to the signs. Do your homework. And if these people, this person, man or woman, has been putting stuff out there and telling y'all this is how they are, believe them. You do not want to get, any soul ties with these people. You don't want to have children with these people. You definitely don't want to get married to these people. You got to be careful, man. And it's unfortunate that he done got himself into a situation like this. Now, going back to what the guy was saying, right? Wait until they're 20 or they're 30 years old, and if they decide to come around, I have heard this happen so many freaking times where the mom, the dad, for whatever reason, most of the time is, on the other side, they start beefing, and that young lady uses that child, daughter, son, whatever, to their advantage or whatever, child support, try to use them. Hey, if you don't do this, then you're not going to see your child. if you don't cooperate, if you don't, meet these lists of demands or whatever, you don't do what I tell you to do, then I'm gonna keep you from seeing your child. Like, and we cannot lie. Like, y'all, I know a lot of y'all women out there got homegirls. Some of y'all dudes out there got sisters, mothers, aunts, whatever, that have been doing this, and they continue to repeat a freaking cycle over and over again. And it's unfortunate because y'all don't call them out on their bad behavior. And so if shaming is not brought back, if people don't start to shame people, then this is what's going to continue to freaking happen, man. You're going to have to wait until freaking, like he said, 20, 30 years old. Hopefully that child comes back and just wants to hear, the dad's side. I want to hear both sides. Before I make a decision or whatever, let me just hear you out. And if the story matches up, if the story aligns, if they have seen their mother growing up, if they have seen their mother display certain type of behaviors when she don't get her way, or their sister when she don't get her way, their aunts or whatever, when they don't get their way, it's unfortunate that you got to wait all the way until the child is grown in order for this stuff to start to take place, because by this time that child has missed out on so much with their dad, because one or two things, right? Because it's two different scenarios with this. One, the mother keeps them away from their dad for whatever reason, puts all this bad information out there, and the child is like, you know what? No, I can think for myself. I'm gonna go and speak. I'm gonna talk to him, and I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna hear him out. And again, if it matches up, if it aligns, then we can start to build that foundation. I see that so many times. Or this is another scenario that I see a lot, right? The child grows up with the mother, and the mother puts that stuff into that child's head, and the child listens to him and goes years and years and years, and some of them don't even, they're never able to, rekindle that relationship, because they're holding on to their mother's hate and that grudge and everything. Like, it's like a little seed, man, and it continues to grow and grow. And it's unfortunate that a lot of people go their entire lives without speaking to their dad or hearing their dad's side of the story, when in real life, the villain of the freaking story the entire time was the mother, was the mom. Again, man, I see this way too often, man. Way too often. And I understand, like, for clicks and views purposes or whatever, that some people, when they get on the internet or whatever, they'll probably, kind of say certain things or whatever to get people riled up or whatever. But just listening, being able to dissect and understand, the entire point of what he's saying, I do not disagree with the overall point of what he was trying to get at. There are so many people out now. Don't get me wrong. There are some guys out here that don't want ish to do with the mother, don't want ish to do with the child. Again, daughter or son. But I want to hear from y'all, man. Y'all let me know. What do you guys think down in the comments about this, man? This thing has been going on for far too long, and I think that it's extremely important that we hold people like this, because I'm not just speaking, about Haley Bailey, but just people that think like this, people that move like this, like in general. It's important that we bring them to the front of the congregation and we hold them accountable, because they're not just, poisoning themselves, but they're poisoning the next generation. And what happens with that? You have women, especially daughters, that grow up and think and believe like, this is potentially how all men are, because they have literally seen their mom hate. I don't like using that word, but I would just say really dislike the guy that she decided to open her legs to and have a child by. Like, dang, if mom and dad can't get along, then and this is not all, so I always say, some, but they live their entire lives basically just like their mother. Their mother done planted that seed, and it's gonna grow from generation to generation to generation. But yeah, y'all let me know what you guys think down in the comments. All right, until the next time, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Blueberry, Burberry, button-up, tan skin, mixed race, buttercup, Canada weather, got a bundle up. I'm tryna work, she hit my phone, she wanna, whoa.